Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we continue our FL Studio series right here at BusyWorksBeats.com/FL Studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make beats in FL Studio and how to make them simply. So firstly, here's a demo of what we can make. All right, so that was using a sample. Now let's start from scratch. I'm actually going to start completely from scratch, and we're going to go to a new pattern. So the first thing is getting used to the difference between a pattern and the song mode. So these two buttons right here represent the two sections where we can create songs. In short, think of patterns like puzzle pieces. So when you're in this pattern mode, it's when you're in the channel rack, which is this button right here. And this is where you create little puzzle piece ideas. Now, when you're in song mode, this green icon, then you're going to what's called the playlist. The playlist is where you add all your puzzle pieces together. So that's the simple way to think about it. If you want to make puzzle pieces, go to your channel rack. We're going to right click, go to find first empty in this case. And you will get the project files for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. I've already mapped out the sounds for you. Okay, so firstly, I want to turn the metronome on. We're at 128 BPM. We're going to go to pattern mode. Whenever you're having trouble with your rhythms, start in the channel rack and turn on the metronome. So let's get the basics down. Let's add the clap. So we want the clap on the 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it a little bit longer. Okay, so now you know the basic rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's add percussive stuff that bounces. So let's add a laser sound. For this laser sound, you could either draw it in like this, which might be easier. Hit spacebar to keep going back and forth. Okay, so pretty simple. Now let's add the stomp on the downbeat, which is right here. And we can add it like boom, 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 like that. Make this a dance type track. If it's too big of a stomp, we can use this one. Hit Control X, Control V. This one's a little bit lightweight. So now let's add some cowbell. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Now we're starting to get a bounce. Okay, this sound here is our kick, so let's left click here. So let's do boom, boom, boom. And let's repeat that 1. So now we're bouncing the track. So you'll see most about FL Studio is the drum patterns. Let's now go to the playlist, and to add that small puzzle piece to the big picture, let's go to the top left, go to snap to grid. Let's put this on bar mode, and I like to do it in the paint mode. Just left click and add it in. So now we go to song mode to hear this. Click up top here and then hit spacebar. You can hit Control to highlight this sound and hit Control B to latch paste. As long as it's an even amount, perfectly sliced, you should be fine. And again, you will get the project files for free. busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. So now we have our drums. I'm going to label this drums. Now we have our drums. Let's move into the background sounds. Now, for the example I showed you, it has a sample, which that's a whole different tutorial on sampling. So let's click this little plus icon. We're going to go to the channel rack, click the plus icon, and find the FL keys. This has been used in a lot of hit records. Just because it's a stock sound doesn't mean it's not used in hit records. Hit Control L to send this sound to our mixer. This is where we can add more effects if we choose to. We're going to click here in the drop down, click presets, go to dance piano, and the piano becomes a little more harsh. So now let's say you want to add a piano underneath your drums. How do you do it? So this channel rack pattern 14 is blank. So I'm going to purposely add a blank pattern by going to the playlist and just left clicking, or if you're in FL Studio 21 or 20 plus, you can grab the pattern from the left side and just drag it over. So it's blank. I'm keeping it blank for a reason. Hit Control B to latch paste. The reason I have it blank is because I want to change ideas in real time. So now I can hit play or space, and I could double click to go to the piano roll or the channel rack, and then right click the dance piano, go to the piano roll. So now I can add notes as I'm listening to the beat. Okay, and now I'm going to change my snap to grid here to 1 second, 1/2 beat. So let's say the pattern's too repetitive. I can now go back to the playlist, and let's say I want to make it longer. I can highlight these two, hit Control G to group, and then just drag the rest out. Okay, now highlight this and hit Shift. I'm hitting Control to highlight, hit Shift to left click and drag that over. So now when we double click in here, it's longer. The pattern's longer. Now I want this one. Dun, dun. Hit Control S to save. Okay, so now I'm going to go beyond this tutorial and add some sample chops. This may or may not fit over top. Let's just see if it works. Okay, so it's out of key, so let's at least change the key. You don't need to know this. I'm just, for demonstration purposes, I'm trying to show you how far you can take your beats. So it should be dun, dun. So I'm going to hit Control down, pull that back down. Kind of like it in this higher octave. Let's go back to the channel rack, turn this piano down a little. Simple as that. Now we have a beat. I'm going to make the bass match the beat. Pretty simple. Now I have a jump bass in there that I forgot. So let's go to a new pattern, click the channel rack, right click the patterns, go to find first empty, just hit enter. And I have another sample in here called Detroit bass. Let's see if we can fit this in. Let's left click a blank pattern into the playlist, or you could just drag pattern 16 into the playlist like this. And let's see if we can go down. So this one I'm going to right click, go to piano roll. And I need to change my snap to grid to 1/4 beat. We need to make these notes shorter. Just hit Control, left click the edge. That bass might be a little overkill because we have the piano. So let's hit Shift and drag it in every now and again. Let's hit Control and then Shift to drag. Tuck it in the back. So let's say you want to add some color here. Go to the left pattern selector, hit Shift, highlight those, go to right click, rename, and let's give this a color for beat 2. Let's make it sea green, and let's make color 2 something else. Let's make it like pink. Let's pull this bass down an octave, hit Control down. There we go. Okay, let's hear the whole beat. Again, this is the project demo, and then you'll hear the second beat that we made over here. I'm going to mute my mic so there's no feedback. All right, so that's how you do it. Go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio to learn more. Get these project files for free. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. Peace.